Why do these people think they can show up here and basically fight the turf wars at a place where they don't belong?
That's your role. Let's see. I think I'm going to call this very clearly. Your in fact, I'm not even sure it's a role. I think this is a very firm statement on your part.
Do I translate Skava what she said?
Right. And as well as you're doing your best, okay? You're not really fluent in the other language. It's a little tricky. I might roll to see if there's a misunderstanding here or there as we continue. But Zhong will state mighty clearly that he he's your assertion kind of makes him take one step back and bear in mind that they know something about the fight at the mountaintop, and they're realizing, and he looks at you and says, "You are." He's trying to speak simply because he knows he's being translated. He says, "You are chief woman." So we're going to say you don't have to role play the translation as long as he is staying kind of basic. So it says, "You are chief woman. Fight."
In this case, yes.
We can no fight. You can know the storm. You can meet the storm. And like almost spits, like demons of chaos. And says, and remember the cult that I told you about, the Fury? She says, you are the Fury. And he turns and looks at her, and you guys are starting to get used to, the language has the same roots. So you are beginning to get, the language is a little bit clearer now. And he says, he says, "Yes, and you are the slave masters. You are the slavers. Our enemy. Go back to the West. We are free here."
I think that's about enough.
Mm-hmm.
But well, continue.
Okay. He will look at Zort and he says, "Will you walk to freedom with the storm?"
Does walking to the freedom with the storm involve spitting out more of these small creatures? These vile beasts that your friends set upon us.
You will have all of that power. You have already seen so much. We have so much to learn from you. You could be great among us. Skava chief. And says, is kind of like, all right, but that's enough of this bullshit, right? So she's stepping forward. As he says to you, Skava chief. Here, and he goes, he does not quite know the right word. Says a word and kind of looks in frustration at Enkidu. So go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Ikindu, I mean. Yeah.
I'll roll again. 6.
Oh, you are rocking. This is all coming together.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I get it. It's like you put the verb here. Oh, that's easy. And so
Linguist.
yeah, and so then you say, okay, he's talking about north, right? He says there's north and there's the west, and he's saying to Skava, which is it? You are chief here. You fought us. You proved yourself. And he even calls you. You walk with the demons of the forest, whom we fear. You are a power.
Can I try to speak
North
to
or
Skava?
west? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. During negotiations, if someone tells you this blatantly, there's something that's not right. It's not equivalent exchange.
Oh, I see.
They need more of. They need us more than we need them, and this is for your advantage. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to use as much technical terms.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to be easily translated for that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. So do you see what he is saying? He is saying, I mean, and gets it right away too. She is saying, this is Dragonland now, demon. Everybody's calling each other demons every which way.
I say the same thing to her.
Right.
Right. You need us. We don't need you.
Right. Uh-huh.
And
it's not equivalent exchange. Mm-hmm. It's heresy for my.
That's true. It is. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like scan the room.
This place is neither north nor west. If you want me to be with either of you, you talk with me. You don't fight with each other. And you leave my friends alone.
Okay.
And I translate this to him, trying to bear with the power.
And so he and can agree on one thing, that they are not helpless. They are at the edge of their effectiveness in this place. Right? Has a warship, but she does not have an army. He has his magic that got him here, but he does not have the full forces of the northern lands like hovering over his head. They're at the edge of their power in both cases. And he and look at each other. They look to Skava, they say, or one of them says, it will be calm. Yeah, in fact, he'll even say something that's a little bit ominous, which says, there are calms among the moments of storm. This may be one. It can be one. I speak. I speak with the eyes of the Witch Queen. Wait, she wouldn't say witch. What would he say? I speak with the eyes of the Queen upon me. And here's where you're surprised. He actually is referring to the Queen of Night, the goddess that you all know quite well. He says, I speak with her eyes upon me in the name of the chaos from which we are born and to which we will go. That he's being formal now, and he says, I speak now here with its true name, which is time. I accept. Says, we shall not permit this to creep among our lands, down these waters. We will hold this ground, but we will not move without the consent of Headwater and its chieftain. So she's saying they're not going to take independent action. They'd rather be here with your permission and hold that and remain. So neither one of them is, you can see what you're talking about. You're talking about chaos worshippers and chaos masters, right? And they know of each other in each other's legends, and they can't stand each other. His cult is a tiny heretical cult in your culture, considered savage and ungovernable. There, somehow, they seem to have turned it into a functioning society. Zort is, of course, kind of valuable as far as each of them is concerned.
I say to the group, we need a minute amongst ourselves.
All right. Thoughts?
Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. This is... Yes.
I guess we can't really be extreme excluded outside of because the group we can't because there are no rooms that we can go to.
Right.
So I try to pick a corner and just
come on over here. What are we going to do?
And explain it to the person that I'm translating to.
Okay.
We go there, we speak.
Right. Okay.
And then I'll talk. Then I'll point to everyone. You were saying something?
Oh, only that the two of them cautiously. One of the guy with the hands makes sort of a gesture at Zhong, as in, "Can I talk to you?" And he makes one step forward, but his hands fall to his side, and you can actually see the chaos runes glowing in the palms of his hands. Right? He's being very cautious about this conversation. And that guy goes up and talks to him for just a little bit as watches. So they're having a little conversation of their own. So what do you do in your conversation?
Okay. As I was saying, this feels like heresy to me. It's not equivalent exchange. They are making demands, and they're not offering as much as they could. And I feel that they probably are withholding information that would be very valuable to us. And I feel in our situation right now, information is the commodity that we need. How do you feel, Sort? What's your opinion?
I feel like I might have drawn the center of attention to this place. And if we choose nothing, this might become a battlefield.
I feel that this is more of your choice.
I say that, well, first of all, we need to get Sort to health one way or another. And we need to get these people out of here after we know how to get Sort back to health. He doesn't need to look like, his old self. He can turn into whatever, as long as his, mental issue, won't have mental issues with us. As long as he's friendly.
We don't care if he grows tentacles and other head,
No.
He would always be
He's
Zort.
still Zort. That's fine.
Yeah. We love him no matter what.
Right.
So, so I don't care about an exchange for, gaining something more than the information to save sort. That is not important.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Sort needs help. But they're all really afraid also. So there's more into this. It's a power that
Skava,
they want.
make a cult lore roll for Skava.
Nope.
Oh,
82.
82.